Gizelle, are you not tired of being dragged from week to week? Are you not tired at this point?
She just let me know, but they show no vision. Didn't say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. Didn't say you found it, but she doesn't want.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a recap for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 8, episode 15. Before we get into this recap, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it also lets YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary. So YouTube starts to shoot my content out to viewers just like you, an audience who ordinarily would not get an opportunity to connect with my channel. I just wanted to quickly give a shout out to Candace and Wendy for their appearance on the Kelly Clarkson show. I did see a clip of that. I thought that Candace looked so regal, so phenomenal. That haircut, I think I want to get my hair cut into those layers. But when I start thinking about cutting my hair, I get like a little bit nervous. I get a little bit anxious because my hair is already so fine that if I'm cutting layers into it, I'm cutting out a lot of my hair. I was going to get it like a clip-in bang so I could just like do something fun and funky for the spring. Anyway, we're not talking about me. Shout out to Candace and Wendy. There's been some speculation that Andy made this appearance with them because Potomac has been getting so much heat this season, and rightfully so. Andy was sitting up there looking nervous the whole time. Go and check out the clip if y'all haven't checked it out. It's on YouTube. Anyway, let's just jump into this because my shift starts in 30 minutes, honey. So we pick up where we left off, where Wendy and Candace are pressing the green-eyed ghouls, coming over to say, hey, what was said? What are y'all saying about us? What are y'all talking about? Gizelle is looking around like this. And then Gizelle says, oh, we can talk about it later. No, let's talk about it now. Because you're talking about us now. Why would we talk about it later? Gizelle is hateful. She's spiteful. She's vengeful. She's a liar, a clown, and she's a coward. And here's my other problem with Gizelle. You want to walk around like you got the fattest pussy in the room. This is supposed to be Gizelle's show, but when they want to talk, she's silent. But when it comes to talk shit behind somebody's back, she's the first one in. I don't understand this. You're supposed to be in charge of the girls. This is supposed to be Gizelle's show, a show that revolves around Gizelle. News for Lash, you're not that girl. You're just not. Gizelle feels like she can talk about you, and then when you ask her about it, she can brush it under the rug. And that's why I'm so glad that Wendy was like, no, we're going to talk about it now. And guess who has the nerve to pipe up? None other than the She-Hulk. She wants to raise her hand and speak up for Gizelle the whole time. Gizelle said nothing, and this conversation was revolving around her. So Robin made this her own personal problem. Gizelle is 55 years old, a middle-aged woman. She can speak for herself, but because it involves Wendy and Candace, she feels like she doesn't have to address them directly, but she'll talk about them behind their backs like dogs. She won't do the simple courtesy of saying, hey, I saw when you guys were making faces, I didn't appreciate that, and they could have got her together themselves. Candace and Wendy let it be known that it was not about Grace, and when we see Gizelle talking, because we don't like her, we're just uncomfortable, and that's what that's about. It has nothing to do with your daughter. And that's evidenced by, in the last episode, Candace said congratulations to Grace when Gizelle first made that announcement. The same way that Robin can uninvite Wendy from her tired ass family fun day, Robin wasn't thinking about Wendy's kids when she decided to exclude their mother from the festivities and just have the children there. Never once thinking, oh, how would the children feel if I invite them and have Candace bringing them to the party, but I exclude their mother? You don't think that children can pick up on the energy of when you don't like their parent? Children are a lot more intuitive, sensitive, and smart than people give them credit for. And side note, why was Pennywise feeling like it was her place to jump up and question Candace and Wendy? It's none of your business, Ashley, so sit the F down. That's what I would have said to Ashley. Sit down. Because wasn't nobody talking to you or about you. Like, what is the reason for you to jump up out of your seat? So we have this Havana Nights themed dinner. I was going to give Gizelle a compliment for the first time in the 10 years that she's been on my TV screen, but I couldn't commit to that because the dress, while I would wear the actual gold dress with the shimmer kind of fat sequins on it, it looked a fool because you had on this tired ass bathing suit or bodysuit looking thing underneath. It's like, commit to the dress and commit to the look. Either wear the dress or don't wear the dress. But putting on that stupid ass leotard looking thing under it, it just looked tacky like you always do. It just looked terrible. And Nneka was the only one who looked underdressed compared to everyone else. Meanwhile, she presented herself as the rich bitch. Ashley comes out in some Party City costume dancing around the table. When I tell y'all, I hollered when Candace said that Ashley is giving $2 hoe with lots of color and plastic. Karen brings up the elephant in the room. She says that Candace and Robin left things in a rough spot the last time that they spoke. Can they get things back on track? Robin is saying that Candace going on social media to say that she participated in Gizelle's plot is defamation. No, she's saying that she believed that you had something to do with this because let's face it, you going against Gizelle was very uncharacteristic of you. We've never seen that before. That was an unprecedented moment and it did seem hella suspect. Now, Robin wants to claim that she was defending Chris the whole time. And it's like, girl, you negated that when you sat on the couch and said, can we just agree that a married man and a single woman shouldn't be in hotel rooms together? Meanwhile, Juan was running the streets in hotel rooms with other women, right? But you wanted to pipe up on Gizelle's behalf, defending her. Robin goes on to say that she regrets expressing sentiments of support towards Chris. That means that that wasn't genuine, because why would you regret expressing support for somebody who was innocent? Someone who is being maligned by that sinister, demonic, and hateful Gizelle. We already know that Robin and Gizelle don't have any integrity because when Mia puts her hands on Wendy last year, they were okay with the violence. But just 2 seasons prior to that, when Monique put her hands on Candace, they didn't support violence. But just last year, it happened to Wendy. You have Robin holding up her camera, smiling, taking delight in the fact that Wendy had just got assaulted. Then you have Gizelle sitting there eating her dessert after Wendy got assaulted like nothing ever happened. Candace says Robin wants to be the victim when she's been nothing but a friend to her. Thank you to God. Thank you, universe, for finally shining a light on Candace that would allow her to see that Robin is not a friend in this situation. Finally, Candace has gotten it through her head. Because while Robin claims that Candace was weaponizing social media against her, her and Gizelle were down on their podcast weaponizing social media against Candace. You all remember last summer when there was a woman who said that she and Chris had an affair together, and then some weeks later she came out and said it was all a lie and she was doing it just for attention.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Took delight in it. They took glee in the idea that Chris could be cheating. And they took to their reasonably shifty podcast to talk about Candace and Chris. Meanwhile, Robin is the victim here. She's talking about how Candace spoke about her on Twitter, and that's defamation. Robin, shut up because you sound stupid. Then we have Gizelle pulling Karen to the side to chastise her about not speaking up on behalf of Grace. She's saying, oh, I thought that children were off limits. And I'm so glad that Karen took the time to say that you are the mother in the situation and you didn't even speak up on behalf of Grace. So why do you expect that I'm going to jump in to defend Grace? This doesn't even make sense. See, Gizelle wants to be fully in her white woman era. where she doesn't have to say anything to anybody. She can speak about everybody behind their back, and everybody's going to take up the mantle and fight for her. Everybody is going to chastise Wendy and Candace on her behalf. Gizelle understands that this is a numbers game, and if she has enough women on her team, that she never has to speak again. This is insane. This is wild to me, that you won't even speak on behalf of your own child. You felt some type of way, but because you refuse to talk to Wendy and Candace, everybody else has to defend you. Is this entertaining to Gizelle fans? Is this fierce? Is this sickening? Are y'all living? Is it giving a yes, God, yes, mama moment? Is it that? Are y'all living for this? I have to know. Because this is ridiculous, y'all. Like, what are we watching on this TV? What are we looking at? What is this show? Gizelle is so hateful towards Candace and Wendy that she will go out of her way to call out other people for not getting on them in the same way that Robin does for her. She wants to ice them out. Gizelle tells Karen that she never sees her point of view, and Karen tells her that, oh, you're not a bad person and you're not the monster here. Karen, stop it. Because you do better when you hold firm and you actually hold Gizelle accountable. Did y'all see when the women were talking about Vernon and Ashley? Vernon is some NFL player that is training Karen, and you know, he's brought up at the table. Ashley's like, oh, I know him. He's a friend. And she starts giggling, implying, of course, that, you know, they have some type of flirtation going on, or they messed around or whatever. Who cares? Did y'all notice that Gizelle was talking to Karen with a mouthful of food? You don't talk to people with your mouth full, Gizelle. You chew and then you speak. Nasty ass heifer. Karen brings up to the ladies that Gizelle pulled her to the side and says that she switches up her energy when the rest of the women are in the group. Mia speaks up and says that Karen is mean sometimes, and they show flashbacks of Karen being very direct with Mia. She wants to call somebody out for being mean to her, but she doesn't mind talking about people's marriages and how they could potentially be having affairs, but it doesn't work like that, Mia. Then we have Kiarna saying that the elephant in the room is that Gizelle, Wendy, and Candace don't speak. And then we get Wendy talking about me and Gizelle are not the friends we used to be. And then the producers show a flashback of Gizelle pranking Wendy, grabbing a bunch of toy spiders and snakes and putting it in the bed and scaring the shit out of her. And then they show another clip where Wendy is asking Gizelle, hey, can you grab me a paper towel? Or like a tissue, a Kleenex? And Gizelle brings her a towel. Wendy, what friendship are you referring to between you and Gizelle? This is where I have to get on your ass. Because what are you talking about? And what is it about Gizelle that kind of makes y'all malfunction? What is it about her? What has she done? What has she presented to make you feel like she has been a friend? We have Wendy saying, oh yeah, the friendship is not how it used to be. Then you got Gizelle saying, no, we're not friends. Like, her energy alone should tell y'all what it gives. Anyway, I really feel like a lot of y'all play fast and loose with the word friend. I cannot trust people when they say that they're friends with somebody, because we all clearly have very different definitions of what a friendship makes. I was very disappointed in Wendy for this scene, but, you know, it is what it is. Then we have Gizelle pulling Kiarna to the side and asking her how she feels about being on the trip, being within the group. Kiarna says that she is enjoying herself and she wanted to get to know the ladies one-on-one. Gizelle asked her if Wendy said anything about her. Gizelle, you are very, very pressed. Gizelle has an obsession with Candace and Wendy. She always carves out time to talk about them. It's sick. It's sick. You won't even address these women, but you are always bringing them up behind the scenes. Girl. And Nneka comes clunking over and she brings up the situation with her and Wendy. And it's like, girl, I'm tired of talking about this. I don't want to talk about her and Wendy no more. I don't care no more. Mia brings up Ashley's marriage to Karen, Wendy, and Candace. They're all discussing their relationship woes. Mia says that she feels like Ashley is a gold digger. Mia, so are you. Well, like, what is this conversation? Ashley says that Michael threatened to sue her if he's ever presented on camera. That's good for you, Ashley. That's what your ass gets. This is the marriage that you deserve. By the way, y'all, I just tried this new foundation. It's by Black Opal. I think the name of the shade is Warm Almond, and it's a foundation stick, and I am so in love with it. Oh my God. It's one of those drugstore brands, so I really didn't have much, in terms of expectations, but I really think it's a perfect match. I am loving this foundation stick, y'all. Pretty. Okay, let me get back into this this review, child. Gizelle and Ashley are doing some tired TikTok dance. Why does Gizelle dance like this? You hear my bar clinking in the background. Why does she do this? What is that? Why does she dance like a white woman? You dance and behave like a white woman, Gizelle. I have to say that this green dress on Nneka with kind of like the furry, feathery kind of bandeau at the top looks really great. I would wear that dress. I kind of want it. Nneka, this is the best that you've ever looked. The girls are at dinner. Candace mentions to Ashley that they were talking about her marriage while they were playing tennis. And Wendy says that Mia thinks that Ashley is a gold digger. What else happened towards the end of the episode? Something else happened. Some other side conversation that was just so stupid. And I think at that point I was eating my bacon, egg, and cheese, and I just didn't care no more. Because what are we doing here? Like I said last week, let's wrap this up. I'm tired of this. Get them off of my TV. Have they even started to shoot the reunion yet? I don't think they shot the reunion yet, because we would have heard about that. I did see what is rumored to be the seating chart. We'll see when we get there. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know how y'all felt about this. I'm so tired of Gizelle, y'all. I am tired of Gizelle and Robin, but especially Gizelle. I think Gizelle is probably my least favorite housewife of all time. I think Gizelle has taken the number one spot. She's up there along with Portia and Marlo for me. Who else do I really dislike? I really dislike Ashley. And I dislike Mia as well. But it's levels. Gizelle is number one. Gizelle is, she makes me sick. I don't even like to see her. And the thing about Gizelle is, like, everyone's like, oh, she's so pretty, she's so gorgeous. But I don't see that. All I see is hatefulness. And sometimes when people are pretty on the outside and their insides are so nasty, I can't help but to see an ugly person. And that's what I see when I look at Gizelle. Anyway, y'all, hit the like button for me on the way out, and I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.
I've been all in my phone, I got options, and I don't wanna tell you to drop it.